You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV Smash After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV Smash After Show.
Hey everybody, Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AFTERBUZZ for Smash. Yay! Season 1, Episode 9. I am Tamara Berg. I am joined in the studio very happily by Kendra Kabasele, back after last week being gone from us. Sarah Mendoza as well. And we have Ronnie Jr. in the booth.
Hey, everybody.
And we are so happy to be here and so happy that we're in this room doing this right now.
Yes, we are. And I see that we have treats today.
We do have treats. Okay, so this is kind of news. I have a bunch of news, but it's all gonna just come out as we go instead of actually coming in at the news segment. So, you had a birthday in March a couple weeks ago.
I did.
And I had actually wanted to make something for your birthday, but I couldn't.
And you
I couldn't
had
get
a
it done.
birthday, Tammy.
And I had a birthday last week as well. And Megan Hilty had a birthday last Thursday, and so today. And I don't know when your birthday is, Kendra.
August, but that's okay.
Okay. We're not going to be here for Smash in August. I'm quite sure of that. But we'll see if we can make something happen.
Related from last year.
Yes. So I was in the test kitchen testing out a new recipe, and these are the results of them. And so I have cupcakes for you girls, and I have been tempting these girls with them for over an hour. A couple of people outside the studio were able to have some, and I told them they couldn't have any. So these are for Sarah's, mine, and Megan Hilty's birthday. They are my vanilla raspberry cupcakes.
Thank
you.
Thank you for that. Thank you. You have to partake. You have to partake.
So
I had
pretty.
mine, and it was rather good. But see, Tamara, everything that she does is pretty good. So
She's amazing. I wish you guys could see this. Everyone who's listening in and watching, it's so beautiful. She's got sparkles on the cupcakes.
There are little teeny tiny edible glitter and stars on the top because it's Smash, and so we had to have something beautiful and delicious. And so there you go. Happy all birthdays. Your birthday, my birthday, Megan Hilty's birthday, and your birthday.
And eventually, thank you.
We're all
That's
21, right? This month.
Yes, I'm officially over 30. That's what I'm going to claim. Okay, so the episode tonight is episode 9, Hell on Earth. Let's just get into it. Let's begin with our least favorite storyline of the show, shall we? Can we agree that it's our least favorite storyline, the Julia, Michael, Frank debacle? Yeah, okay. So
I don't even know where to start with that.
I know.
So Julia thinks she's all in the clear. Everything's cool. She's made a hasty retreat.
Real quick.
Yes.
Is that possibly the computer of Sarah?
That is.
Yeah, just double check your computer. It doesn't have any audio coming through it, but we're all good after that.
Nothing's coming through. No. So, did you want me to turn it off?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right. Are we cool?
Julia thought she was in the all.
She was all in the clear. Thank you for putting me back on track. It's really hard for me to stay on track on Monday nights, and I made those earlier today, so I'm kind of having my sugar crash now. So
I'm about to take one.
You can eat one. I'll keep talking if one of you wants to eat one while we're going. So she thinks she's all in the clear, but you talked about Kendra last week, or not last week, at another episode. There were. Frank watched the backers audition, the workshop, and he was kind of noting that there was maybe something going, what's happening there? Yeah. And then at some point in tonight's show, we see Julia coming home. Hi, honey, how's the work? He's playing on the piano, and he's playing the song about so great since last time, you know, lovey, lovey, kissy, kissy. It was awesome on the Brooklyn Bridge again. And she realizes it's her song that she's written. We've not known about this song before.
No.
And there's Frank singing basically her confession.
What did we think about the way he supposedly discovered what happened between them? Was that believable at all, that he, you know, found the sheet music on the side of the bed? It's a song for probably the musical, and he automatically equates it to an affair that she's having?
Well,
Did you think that was...
He talked about Marilyn on the Brooklyn Bridge. That makes no sense.
Right. Well, I have mixed feelings because this whole time I feel like he's been kind of indifferent and kind of, you know, distant from her.
Yes.
No care about what she's doing.
Yes.
So why was he kind of seeking stuff on the side of her bed, like on her side of the bed?
Right.
You know,
well,
like,
do we actually see, because I was furiously writing notes, we didn't see him discover the
No,
notes,
he-
right?
No,
He
because
said-
actually he was looking for the adoption papers, and she said, it's on the side of my bed.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that's why he went to the
but
side.
even if he saw, you know, sheet music, would he be like, oh, let me see what song this is and read the whole...
So you're saying it's implausible. It seems implausible.
Just because of the character build, like, you know, what
Right.
we've known of him so far, or what I've known him
that
to
he's
be.
not nosy.
Yeah, and
Enough.
he's kind of distant. You know, I'm going for a walk at midnight. Okay,
right.
he
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even, like-
fine.
yeah,
Right.
He didn't look up, no care, you know.
I can't counter that. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, I think it's you know, it's another. I hate to be critical, but when we're watching something that we like so much and that we want to like so much,
Yeah.
I really want all the, like you say, the character points to really make sense
Right.
and things to be strong so that we're not feeling unfulfilled, and we're feeling unfulfilled.
Yeah.
Although I will say the scene where he confronted her and said, Frank confronted Julia and said, you know, I get it, I know. And he starts screaming at her and says, you know, you destroyed us and all that kind of stuff. It was the first real scene I feel like I've seen in the entire show.
Yeah, with real emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was sad. It was heartbreaking, but it was the first time that I saw something that really kind of I felt terrible for them.
And maybe
Right.
that's what he needed. Maybe he needed that emotional, you know, that emotionally
Jolt.
jarring, moment. And, I mean, it turns out it's detrimental to, you know, to their relationship, but maybe that's what he needed to wake up.
Right. Right.
And once he's cooled down, maybe eventually they'll fix things. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see him cooling down anytime soon. What's your take, Sarah? Because you've
Honestly,
been very quiet
I
over there.
No, because I was trying to picture what you were saying, that it was a jarring moment, but for some reason it just didn't. It didn't get to me. I think I might be alone in this one for this episode, but
Really?
when they were fighting, I was just like, this is so unbelievable. Because even for me, even if he found the sheet music and was reading it, it's so unrealistic that he would naturally equate that to she's having an affair with someone out there in the world, just because she's written about a song where this woman meets some guy on a bridge again and kisses him again. Like, how does it naturally equate to, my wife's having an affair, she wrote the song? So I just sort of thought it was kind of ridiculous.
I think that's an excellent point. Kudos. 1 point there, 1 point there. Excellent.
So when they were fighting, I was like, is this really happening? Is this really happening? I'm still kind of taken aback that it became that big just from
But
the sheet music.
But wasn't, aside from the plausibility of it, wasn't it nice to finally see Frank have some emotion about something?
Yes. And it would have been bad if he just didn't stand up for himself and he was still that guy in the background throughout this
Right.
huge thing in their relationship and in their
Right.
family. So it was good and right that we saw him stand up for himself.
Right.
And then even later when he stands up to Michael, that was
Yeah.
refreshing.
Yeah.
We saw him do more than what he's been doing, which is
A
nothing.
lot more.
Yeah. Doing some damage, you know?
I could.
Yes.
I'm still stuck on, you know, his lack of anything in the beginning.
Frank's, you
yeah.
mean?
I could have seen this situation more between Dev and Karen because they seem
Because they seem
more
passionate and connected and-
yeah. But I don't wish that on them.
Yeah.
No,
Even though we know.
no,
some-
but I know you're predicting it. but it makes me sad. But we know they're going to break my heart. Of course they will. So aside from the implausibility of it, of the basis of it, you guys, you were kind of brought into the emotion of it. I was brought into the emotion of it, but you weren't, just because the implausibility was too much for you to overcome.
Yeah, I was just so distracted by the implausibility throughout the whole episode.
Okay. Throughout the
I
whole
sensed that. I
episode.
sensed that tonight.
I
Hey.
you guys kept looking at. I saw you guys kind of looking at me at the corner of your eye because I kept on going.
Because
oh,
I heard
no.
the.
Yeah, you were moaning and groaning all night.
Yeah, I heard all that
Yeah.
ad-libbing you were doing.
Well, I was talking about at one point in the show. I was talking about how I've been a little critical about the writing, and I still am. One of the things they're trying, because the end of the Michael and Julia and Frank scene or issue happened with Michael and Julia talking, and she said, this we did this thing and it exploded my life. That leads her to come up with the title that she's been struggling with for the show all episode.
She
She comes
said-
up with,
She said it exploded my whole life like a bombshell,
right.
and then it turns into the title.
Right.
Sorry, I think
So
that's cheesy.
you think it's trite and cheesy. Okay. They're trying. They're just maybe not doing the best job.
Well, I mean, did you guys think that was clever?
Not particularly. No.
Am I alone?
But no, you're not. But they're just sort of affirming what we've been saying for a few weeks, that they're they're trying really hard. They're trying hard.
Even when she was telling Tom about, or they were talking about the title that she had come up with.
Yes.
I felt like that was another one of those scenes. I looked over at you guys, that was too long. Because they're like, yes, bombshell. And then it was like silent.
Oh, right.
silent,
You even said that. You went, oh, look.
She's standing at
Look
the
at
window.
the long pan out the window as she gazes longingly.
It's like, we
and
get
fondly.
it, guys. It's bombshell, just like what the relationship did to her. Okay.
Right.
That's how I felt during
But
that
if we could backtrack a little bit.
Of
or-
course. It's Monday night. It's
Right.
Tuesday morning. Yes, of course we can
No,
backtrack.
just a little bit. Because I think Bombshell, that title would not have existed had, what's his name? The cheater guy. What's his
Michael.
Name? Michael hadn't, elaborated on the affair with Frank.
Right.
I feel like
Yeah.
Frank would have kind of put it away after that confrontation.
And what you mean by that is that Michael let Frank know that this was something that was a reprise.
Right. And he
That was their
like-
second time around.
He was like, hold on, player. I think it just, opened another box of emotions for Frank.
Right.
And
Right, because it made it so much bigger than
just a-
he knew
yeah,
to that point.
he thought maybe it was just that one
Yeah.
time, and that just
It was
maybe he would have just
to
moved
make matters
on.
worse
Yeah.
moment for him.
Yeah, would have been just
How do we think Michael handled that little situation, that scene where he was confronted by Frank? He was like, he didn't even care, really.
yeah.
He's like, this is not the time or place.
Right, and this is the
gotta
guy
go.
who was pushing Julia to have the affair all along.
Right.
You smell so good. I'm going to sing to
it was
you.
never
I
the
need to
time
be
or
with
place.
you. I need to be with you. I need to be with you. And now all of a sudden he's like, no, my family's fine. This isn't the time and place. It's
Yeah,
it's a
Which
little silly.
It was never the time or place for them to kiss in the hallway when Ellis is creeping around the corner.
I'm
or-
so glad he punched him.
Yeah, that was gratifying, right?
That was.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He had it coming this whole time.
He
We were
did.
waiting for
He
that
did.
moment.
Now, this is actually gossip that I would say in news and gossip, but it really pertains right here. Did you know that
What did we know?
Will Chase, who plays Michael on Smash, and Deborah Messing are dating in real life?
Yes.
Yeah, huh?
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Yes, indeed. She was married. She broke up with her husband. She and her husband broke up last year sometime. And Will Chase and Deborah Messing have been dating. And what he has to say about it is, my private life is private. So that's all we get. And she basically says the same thing.
I wonder if they recreate that couch scene.
I
at home.
know. Hey,
The
baby, put on
slipperiness.
your pajama top and let's go slide around on the couch.
No foreplay. I'm gonna unbutton your shirt right away.
Yeah. Bam.
We're gonna get to it.
Bam.
I had no idea. How long have they been dating? Was it before
They
the
won't
show?
tell us
Or
because their private life is private. We can't find out.
Oh.
Might be a
But
cupcake
it
moment.
might be a cupcake moment, Kendra. So that,
I'm just
you know,
keeping
I
my
think
mouth
that's,
shut.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is
And maybe
interesting.
that's why the sex scene was so hot to me.
Because they've got that natural chemistry
exactly,
already.
they've been doing it, apparently. So there you go. All right, anything else about Michael? Any of that? Frank?
No. It's
Julia?
interesting because you know the Glee. I know the other musical TV show on
Yes.
right now. Glee. The two main characters are also dating in real life too.
Leah Michelle and Corey Monteith, right?
Yeah.
Right. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Because
So
of
what's
the,
up with all these musical shows with the stars dating each other?
You know, well, first of all, you're spending a lot of time with each other because on all of these shows, there's a lot of rehearsing and a lot of you know, and a lot of relationships happen in the workplace. That's where you spend your time, and and when you're acting, people who stage and screen romances happen all the time because you're similar type people in similar type situations and sensitive. Actors are sensitive people, and so they're really, you know, open emotionally, especially when they are
usually
working.
both attractive people too.
Right,
in
exactly.
that biz, so.
Exactly. So it's not such a surprise, I don't think.
True.
Yeah. So next topic we have Ivy, Ivy, and the drugs. The IV drugs.
Ivy.
Okay. So Ivy's talking right up front, first scene, talking about how she's taking lorazepam and Ambien, and Sam, the dancer, it was Sam, wasn't it, who was telling her to be careful? I think it was.
Yeah.
Because when she started taking the steroids for her vocal problems, then she couldn't sleep, and she was freaking out because of those. And then now she's taking Ambien and she's taking lorazepam, and it all goes wrong by the end end of the show.
What is a psychiatrist doing, or whoever prescribing her all those drugs at once? You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes that's what doctors do. You know, you have this problem, here's this drug. You have this problem, here's this drug. There's, you know.
But just don't mix it with alcohol.
Well,
Which
that
is
was
what she
another
was-
thing. That was a whole other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's losing it. But I think they were trying to mirror like Marilyn
Right.
Monroe with her.
right. Right. So performers dealing with image issues, insecurities, a lot of parallels in Ivy's life with Marilyn's, with the, you know, not having a lot of support from other people, people wanting things from her. Of course, Marilyn was a massive, huge star, and Ivy is not yet a big star, but wants to be. And again, trying to interpret the Marilyn character. I don't think she's taking the drugs so that she can be more Marilyn-like, but
It just
interesting that
happens to
that's
be- yeah.
happening. Any thoughts, ladies?
No, it
Interesting,
was,
trite, cheesy.
I just found
what other words
myself
can we use?
wanting to cover my eyes and look
Why?
away when she was doing her performance.
At the end?
Yeah. Well,
On-
the
in the
Heaven on Earth show,
mhm.
when she was drunk and on the drugs and everything.
Yes.
Or was she even drunk at that point? I think
No, she
just-
wasn't. She was
just
just-
on the drugs.
Yes.
And she was, you know, messing up and doing weird things on stage, and it was just a catastrophe. It was so sad and embarrassing for
Yes.
her. She's hitting rock bottom in this episode.
Yes.
And it's really hard to watch.
Yes.
Because
And before that, she was in the scene in the bar, and she was being snippy with people. She's very short-tempered, so there was a build up to it. And yeah, it's horrible to watch something like that happen. It's incredibly difficult. It's painful. It's embarrassing, and on top of it, her nemesis is standing there watching her
right.
go.
Of all the nights,
Of
her
all the
nemesis
night-
comes to see her fall.
Yes, yes,
She even said
terrible.
it herself.
So then the two of them go buy liquor. Let's go buy liquor.
And I thought it was really sweet that Ivy was trying to take care of her despite the nasty
Wait,
thing.
Karen.
Or sorry, Karen was
Okay,
trying to take
right.
care of
Wow,
her.
you confused. What?
Sorry.
We were about to.
Okay. That
Karen?
Karen was trying to take care of Ivy despite Ivy being so, snotty
Mean.
towards her. Yeah, she was being really mean. Obviously, the liquor probably had more, something to do with that. She was saying really nasty things to Karen, but Karen was like, Ivy, I'm going to take care of you. What are you doing? Slow down. Don't drink, or whatever it was.
Yeah, and what would you? anybody with any kind of heart would do the same. Let's hope, because she's clearly lost. Ivy clearly lost, has embarrassed herself, potentially ruined her career, or at least really damaged it. And here's a theater soulmate who, yes, the terrible things have happened between us, and yes, there's terrible competition, but you have to come to the aid of somebody in that situation, I think.
Right.
I don't think, as I said, I don't think you'd have a heart if you didn't.
I wonder if it would have happened if
the
tables
reverse.
turned. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it would have?
It's hard to tell. I don't think so, but at the same time, we see a glimpse of her heart, throughout her.
I think Ivy would have walked away at first, but then would have been like, oh, and then went back and be like,
Or
come
would
on,
have
Karen,
told
and like
somebody,
dragged her home or something like that.
Or would have told someone, Karen's whatever, go help her,
Yeah, found someone else to clean up the mess, right?
Because she kind of still keeps that distance because of the hurt her mom put her through, I think.
I
of course.
did also like it though when Karen said something back to Ivy.
Yeah.
It was kind of rude about Derek. What did she say?
Touche. You weren't the first
You weren't the
choice.
first choice.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't sleep with Derek. Right. I didn't sleep with Derek. I could have done it. I could have slept with Derek.
And
well,
I was the
did.
first one,
And right, exactly.
She's like, sorry.
Ouch.
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 And then
Hopefully that wakes her up.
Ivy keeps playing the victim though. She's like, that's not the first, I've heard worse. My mom's told me worse. So she's just this tragic character that they're playing out here, Ivy, because she's so caught up in her misery. In no matter what situation, there's always some misery or something underneath.
Well, it's a pretty miserable situation, to be honest. Her boyfriend is a jerk. She just lost out of the part of a lifetime. She's a chorus girl. She's a star being relegated to the chorus.
She's on
She
drugs.
doesn't even get a
She doesn't know
freaking
how to handle
OJ
it.
commercial, and she's on drugs and can't sleep.
Right.
Well, and then that is a question. Even though because I'm still Team Karen,
Yes.
had Ivy been on time, would she have been a contender?
Right.
I
Right.
don't know.
There's no way to tell. All they were looking at was this much of their face. So who cares? I
was
felt
funny.
bad for her. But
That was funny.
national commercials, even when they only use this much of your face, pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
So whatever.
She can pay her
Karen is
$300 bill now. Remember when she was completing
That's right.
her
That's
Yeah.
right.
credit
That's
card
right.
bill?
At the end of the drunken debacle, the drunken debacle. So they sing the Rihanna song. Cheers, I'll drink to
Cheers.
that.
Yeah.
Or drink to that. Fun song. You were humming along.
It's catchy.
It's really
I've heard
catchy.
It was
I've
very
heard it
cute.
when Rihanna came
I
out
like
with
them
it, yeah.
friends. It's
Yeah.
Oh, I must say, real quick, only because of that dance move, Tammy. If you're on iTunes, do us a favor and comment on the show, because these three, they bring a really good show to you. So comment and rate us on the show. But man, also jump on that YouTube page because Tammy and that dance you just did right there, that was well worth it. I'm almost going to have to play the song just so you could do that again.
Can you loop it and put it up somewhere?
I want to see that every day of my life.
That is,
We'll put it on the screen up here.
Team Tammy, good job.
Team
Yeah,
Tammy.
forget Team Karen and Team Ivy. It's Team Tammy.
Oh, you people, just because I'm not making you cupcakes every week. I'm not. It's not how
And I
it
haven't
works.
even tasted
Darn.
it.
Okay, back to the
She's
show.
on
You're
to
right.
us.
You did get us the cupcakes and you might have won us over that way.
Yeah, but I'm
Oh,
not.
we'll see what happens next week when I don't show up with cupcakes.
No, but that was real. I haven't even, I haven't had the Kool-Aid yet.
You're gonna like it. I promise you, you're gonna like
I
it.
know I
They're really
will. If
good.
we could turn the cameras off for a second.
At the
we
yeah,
can eat it.
you eat it during our break when we come
Yes.
up in a minute. They finish the song. Karen makes sure Ivy gets home.
Yeah.
Ivy falls in the bed. Both of you go, and I was like,
No,
what? What's
but-
gonna happen?
No,
what
but I
did you
said
think
she's
was going to
face
happen?
down, so she's okay. Is that what you were talking about?
Oh, no.
What were you worried about?
I was worried.
You were
about-
thought she was gonna
but
vomit and
I
die.
said she's face down,
Okay.
so it's fine.
So you were just
What were
concerned
you
about the
gonna
vomit
say?
dying situation. What were you
No,
concerned
yeah,
about?
I was bracing for something extremely dramatic happening.
Oh,
like
okay.
Oh,
some
like a
medical,
reaction?
yeah, something
Oh,
to do
yeah.
with her health, but she was okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But what she muttered was kind of funny.
Hey, we're not best friends,
Right.
okay?
But Karen was
Just
still
because you
kinda
sang
like,
an awesome song
Yeah.
just now and had a great time and got all drunk and stuff.
she was putting her walls up again.
Yep, that's what she does.
Sobering
And when
up.
she sobers up tomorrow and realizes what all happened,
How's it gonna be?
what's going to happen? Seriously, I know
like-
we can get into predictions, but I mean, not that we're going to do it, but you have a tendency to do that anyway, Kendra. It's just go into predictions.
Sorry, I was ahead of the game. No, I was gonna say I don't know if it'll probably be another day or week, so the trash is probably gone. But if not, I feel like she may go in there and take the sunglasses out and return them to
okay.
Karen, even though they're not best friends. Now.
And they might have like a little conversation then about like, thanks for helping me
Yeah,
out.
a very
And
cold
then
conversation.
and then it'll go back to normal. Where
Yeah.
they don't really talk to each other.
Where they're still
Yeah.
competitive and nasty to each other, and it's ugly.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more toned down now or dumbed down now because they had a moment.
Because they've bonded.
Yeah.
But then, what's gonna lead the show in terms of friction?
Yeah. I don't know.
Uma Thurman, who's coming
Yeah.
next week.
I was
Now
gonna
they're
leave
both-
that to prediction. But I guess it's all.
We can't hold the format together on Monday night.
format.
We can't. Okay, we've actually already covered all of our topics, sort of, haven't we? Okay, can we talk just a little bit about a couple of things? There were a couple of cameos in tonight's show. One of them was the guy who sang the lead in The Higher You Get, The Farther You Fall, which is the song that comes out of the Heaven on Earth musical. And that gentleman's name is Norbert Leo Butz, and he plays himself tonight. His TV credits include The Good Wife and CSI and Blue Bloods, and he was also in the feature film Dan in Real Life. He has done lots and lots and lots of Broadway theater, and he's been nominated for Drama Desk Awards, Critic Awards, Tony Awards. He was in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Catch Me If You Can, and a show called Thou Shalt Not. And he actually won Tony Awards for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and Catch Me If You
Wow.
Can. So he's clearly a player in that world. And Kendra, we were talking about how they're continuing to bring in the Broadway actors into the television show. And he obviously does both. He does film, he does TV, he does Broadway. But really good performance, very engaging. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Did you guys like it?
I liked
It
it.
was fun.
We saw it, a couple times in the episode, and each time it was fun for me.
Yeah, it was entertaining. He's a
Just-
really
just for
entertaining
you.
guy. And
Quirky.
he's such an interesting looking guy. He can play the, drunk, I don't know, the drunk drifter on the street, and he can also play this kind of con man looking sort of role. He's a really versatile guy, I think, and I thought that was really interesting. I enjoyed that. Let's talk about Ellis and Eileen. I just want Ellis to go to jail or Cleveland. I just want him to leave. I'm so tired of
Seriously.
him.
I mean, as if we weren't disgusted enough with the kid, now he's,
Trying to.
selling sexual favors for trying to get
Yeah.
ahead. It's like, how
No,
sick can this guy get?
That was it, right? He was
Yeah.
going, hey, we got a couple hours and I've got
Whatever.
whatever. I don't know
what
what
do
he
I
was.
need to do to make sure that
Now, we have been saying from the very first episode that this guy's gay.
Yeah.
And he's in bed with the girl at one point, and I was going, that's his sister. It can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be
There's
a
no
date.
chemistry.
There's no,
Yeah.
and he's wearing the scarves and the red pants and just he kind of, like many of the things that I have trouble with, he was kind of a caricature. And now all of a sudden it's finally coming around to appears he's, if not just
Maybe
trashy, possibly bisexual,
both,
or I don't even know anymore.
who knows? Maybe he's just doing it so he can be the producer even. Maybe he's even straight, but he's just like, hey, I'm gonna do whatever to
He should just
to
stick
get
to.
this-
Well, then he's a
learning-
sociopath
yeah. He seems like it
or
actually.
a psychopath,
Another level to the show.
right?
He should just stick
You're the
to.
one who comes in with all the sociological and psychological
No.
theories. What do you think?
He should just stick to lurking around corners, listening to people's
Or
gossip.
lurking in a corner outside of the show.
He wasn't lurking today. He didn't lurk today, did he? No.
No, he
Not
really
really.
didn't. No, he was not doing any kind of.
But he was
But-
all out there with his ridiculous remarks and
Trying to
suggestions.
push
Well, and his-
Eileen's buttons.
He
Yeah,
asked to be a producer. He asked Eileen,
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
I don't want to answer the phones anymore. Well, what do you want
Right.
to do? I want to be your co-producer. Oh, okay.
We'll start
And
by
good for
answering the
her-
phone.
Yeah. Well, good for her for putting him in his place, though, in this
Yeah.
episode.
How much time do you think has gone by from the beginning of the season to today? Has it been? I'm gonna say a couple of months, maybe
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
months, right?
2 or 3 months, maybe.
So to go from the guy who answers the phone for one person on staff to the guy who answers the phone for another woman on staff to being a co-producer in 3 months, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's implausible, and he's ridiculous. And that's what I have to say about that. That's my very strong opinion, and I really want him to go away.
To
He's just,
Cleveland.
yeah.
I want him to go to
I love
Cleveland.
that. I'm gonna use that one.
Okay.
Of all the places, Cleveland. No,
Yeah.
he's a disgusting character, that kid.
He is, and I'm just not interested in watching him anymore. You know, sometimes you've got these skeevy characters who are doing the backroom deals and they're intriguing and you're kind of put off by them, but you still want to know what they're doing. I don't feel that way about him. I just want him to go away.
Sorry.
I'm done with him. I'm done with
Maybe
him.
next episode he'll change it up.
Please.
And
No.
you'll start to like him.
Has
not gonna
Derek
happen.
changed in any episode?
No.
Has Ellis?
Derek's very consistent,
has-
but I almost can appreciate that, you know.
Well,
I don't-
although
I don't-
he was being sweet today.
Well, it was cute that
To
they
Ivy.
were-
He
it was
kissed her
cute.
on the hand. What a sweet
Yeah.
move, right?
And plus, they're in, he's staying at her place now. They're a little bit more on the personal side, I think, with each other.
Yeah.
It was
he was
very cute.
being sweet for himself, though. Like, he felt like being in a sweet mood, so he did. It wasn't necessarily to
Yes.
comfort her.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
That's
just
what he
saying,
is.
As long as we're all on the same page, that he's
Yes.
still.
He's
not
a narcissist.
Right, okay.
We've got that clear.
Okay.
We definitely have that clear.
Just saying.
Well, I think we should probably take a break so that you can eat
Yes.
cupcakes, and then we will come back and do a little news and gossip, predictions, all that kind of stuff. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Sounds great.
Excellent. Let's do it.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about? AfterBuzz TV News.
Breaking news.
There
These
are a lot of
cupcakes are amazing. Everybody should be jealous right now. That was so good, Tamara. What is your secret? You have to tell everybody your secret.
I do, and I literally came up with this idea the other night. As I have trouble sleeping a lot, and so I came up with the idea the other night. I thought, hey, I think this would be amazing. And so the secret ingredient in the frosting is freeze-dried raspberries.
I think I taste that. But
So yeah, it's
Gives it
really
like
strong, pungent raspberry, because trying to make raspberry frosting out of fresh raspberries, there's too much liquid in them, and so they'll water down the frosting and it'll make a big mess. And so what I did was I got freeze-dried strawberries, I put them in a blender, sifted out the seeds, and mixed that with a little bit of alcohol to just to make it into a little bit of a
There's
paste.
alcohol in this?
There's like a teaspoon. There's a teaspoon in the entire recipe. So, and it's just as a what do you call it? A vehicle. Anyway, made it into a little paste and then put that in the frosting, and so there you go.
and I inhaled it in 0.5 seconds.
And now you have some to take home with you too. Okay.
Thank you. That was good.
So that had nothing to do with Smash, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
but
We
it was
just had to say something.
it was
That was really good.
smashing.
Smashing.
Thank you.
It was good.
The
Star cupcakes.
soundtrack for the season 1 of Smash is coming out and is going to drop on May 1st and will feature 13 songs, some remixes from the show, as well as some of the original songs, including Let Me Be Your Star, which I believe is your
My favorite.
and History is Made at Night, which is
I
my
like
favorite.
That. Yeah, that's mine too. I downloaded that one.
Did
from
you?
iTunes.
You guys
Yes.
always have the same favorite stuff.
'Cause
We're
I'm always
super
alone.
secret twins, the two of
You
us.
guys are both wearing shades of green. I'm alone here in black. You guys.
A couple
are
weeks
have
ago,
the
we
same
showed up with the same
hairstyle.
outfit.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
same hairstyle, right?
You
We're super
Team
secret
Karen
twins.
people.
We are. That's how
you
it
just
is.
don't know about us yet.
The other interesting cameo that we had, because I can't even really call it a guest starring role, except that he came back twice. He had like 3 lines, was the theater critic, Mark. Was it Mark Riedel? Oh, Michael
Yes.
Riedel. Mark
Riedel,
Riedel?
yeah.
I can't remember
Michael
his.
Riedel.
Michael Riedel. Riedel. So he is a real live Broadway theater critic. And he had the writer, Teresa Rebeck, the executive producer and one of the writers for the show, wrote the pilot and mentioned him in the pilot, talking about how vicious he was going to be and how terrible he was going to be on their show, in critiquing their show. And the next day, he put the fact that he got mentioned in the pilot of Smash into his column. Then Teresa Rebeck wrote him an email saying, I hope it didn't hurt your feelings. And he basically said, look, I hurt people's feelings for a living. It's fair and just that I should be on the other side of it for once. And then he said, I playfully said, I think you should put me on your show. And so it has come around to that he has been put on the show just for today. And it was interesting. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing that he wrote in his column today was that several years ago, he got a call from the BBC asking if he would be a judge on a new reality show because they needed a mean critic. So the show was being shot in Los Angeles and was going to air in the US on ABC. And he said, I thought it was fun. I was going to do it. And then I got the contract and found out the pay was a few $1,000s for 4 episodes. And he said, no, thanks, not interested. Well, that show turned out to be Dancing with the Stars. And
wow.
the judges now are reported to make close to $100,000 an episode. And he could have had that gig and didn't get it.
Oh,
Right?
He must be kicking himself.
He's kicking himself a
in the
little
rear
bit.
end,
He said that the next time, he said opportunities like that don't come along very often, and I was determined that if I ever got another bite at the apple, I'd crunch. And so that's why especially he wanted to be on tonight's show. And just speaking of Dancing with the Stars, our own Maria Mendoza, of course, on Dancing with the Stars. Did you guys get a chance to see her dance
my
tonight?
goodness.
Wasn't it insanely beautiful?
It was beautiful. I was getting emotional.
I was
watching
too.
it.
I've
Yeah.
known Maria for 15 years,
Yeah.
and I've never seen her cry actually.
Yeah.
And she was tearing up, and the piece that she did was so beautiful and so well
getting
done.
goosebumps
I
now.
know, me too.
Yeah.
And top scores for
I-
the season tonight.
Recorded it. I have to watch it when I get home.
You are going to love it.
I know, it's funny because I was watching and I recorded and I was like, I
What
have to watch
song
that again.
Was it that she
the
danced?
Madonna song. It was a complete remix. It was not
Take a Bow?
upbeat.
Was it
It was
Take a Bow?
no. It was an old school Madonna song.
It wasn't it wasn't Papa Don't. It was oh my gosh.
I can't remember. I'm sorry. When there's music playing in my ears, I can't remember other
And
songs.
it was like a slow
It was a
like
slow
version
version of it. So it sounded very different from the way
I'll
Madonna
watch
did
it
it. It's
tonight.
so beautiful, and I was so happy for her.
Yeah.
It was
I
just
was like on my phones and just,
exactly. I was
like, oh my
immediately
God.
calling, and
Yeah.
it was very
Tweeting.
exciting.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
excited to see it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so look
to her.
forward to seeing that, and
Derek.
there's no question that she will make it into next week's round.
And she
So
did it all with an injured
injuries,
rib. Yeah.
injured rib and injured feet
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So-
And it was, you couldn't tell while she was
She was
dancing.
fantastic.
What
It was
happened to her
absolutely
rib?
beautiful. She has a broken, floating, bruised, very, very painful rib.
From the dancing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. What a trooper.
Yep. Yeah. She just was absolutely spectacular tonight. I was so happy for her.
Yeah.
So now,
Well,
do
I
you
think
have,
sorry,
yes.
sorry.
No,
Just
go
going
ahead.
off that, I think it's cool because the world is getting to see. She's like an athlete. And maybe people didn't know that at the beginning. So I don't know that the other women could, go through those injuries and still do as well as she's doing. So that's actually pretty fun for us to watch.
Definitely.
Us being Maria Menounos fans, Team Manuff.
Team Manuff. We're very excited for her. Do you girls have any other news? Did you have some news?
You covered
Did I
it,
cover it
yeah.
all?
Yeah, you
Sorry, I
covered it.
stole it.
No, you're on it.
I had
That's
news
dope.
that they're going to be renewed, but that was old news.
Yeah, we knew that.
I was out.
We knew that news.
I'm catching up with you guys.
Okay, predictions for next week. So we have Uma Thurman coming up,
Yeah.
playing Rebecca Duvall, Hollywood star. She was in the producers, the film, the producers, and so she's got chops and she can definitely do it. So I hope we'll get to see her sing.
I've never even heard Uma. I didn't even know she could sing before this. That's awesome.
There,
heard it here
yeah,
first.
you heard it here.
So,
You heard it here.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because she's essentially going up against Karen and Ivy.
Right.
in a
And everyone
way,
else
even though
probably.
she has.
They're probably doing like another call for auditions, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think that because basically what the order was, find us a star, and so she's the star they're bringing in because they were listing over all the other stars that they were considering. So bring us a star. She going to be it. So what do you think is going to happen? I mean, do you think they'll cast her first of all?
No, it's it's actually interesting because it's insight into, I guess, what happens in the real world. We only see the finished product, but how
Right.
many Karens and Ivies are out there who get bumped because, an A-lister comes along.
And it happens in films all the time too.
Yeah.
William Goldman's book, Which Lie Did I Tell, talks about certain people who were Indiana Jones originally. Tom Selleck, I think, was one of the people that they were. And it's so funny to hear about the casting changes that go all along and how different that project would be with each one of those actors. So it's really it happens
Right.
all the time.
Yeah.
So will they cast Uma? Will the show open with Uma in it? And then what else will happen?
I don't think they're going to cast her just because I'm still on that path thinking that Karen
gonna be
is
one of
gonna
the
be
two?
Marilyn, yes.
Okay.
I still think it's Karen.
You do still think it's Karen?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
Well,
until
in
May,
the real
right?
world, it would probably be Uma, right? But
Possibly.
In the real
Possibly.
world. Yeah.
Wow, getting played out. I even still have
Yeah.
one more thing to say. There's a song called 1001 Nights that is going to show up in the show at some point, sung by Karen and Rebecca. So I don't know how that's going to go, but
Which one is Rebecca again?
Rebecca is Uma Thurman.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to get to see her sing.
I don't know. It's
looking
gonna
forward to
happen.
it. Let's see what happens.
It'll be
There's going to be
interesting.
some drama.
So enjoy your cupcakes, ladies. Sarah, how can we find you on Twitter?
At Sarah Mendoza, SarahMendoza.
Kendra.
Kendra Kabasele, KendraKabasele.
You can find Ronnie at Ronnie Jr. Media.
Ronnie Jr. Media,
JR
thank
Media
you.
on Twitter. You can find me at tamaracentral.com, my website, or at Tamara Berg on Twitter. I am going to publish some links on Twitter of some video that I've been doing. You guys have seen it. I'm going to publish that on Twitter this week, so look out for it at Tamara Berg. That is it. We are done. It is Tuesday, and we're done with Smash for tonight. So we will see you next week for Smash. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.